I will start again. I will check my speaker. Is it working? All right. It is working. Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. I will again share my screen. Maybe due to a New Year celebration in different countries, like in Pakistan, there might be also some disturbance in network. So I hope that you people are seeing the screen. I was telling you that what is the SPSS procedure while analyzing the single group analysis or mean comparison. There are three steps involved. The first step is checking the normality of your data. The second step is, on the basis of normality, you will decide what appropriate test you need to apply. If the data is normal, the test will be different from the not normal data. Then you will, on the basis of that test, you will basically estimate the mean comparison. So there are three steps involved. First is normality, second is appropriate test selection, and third is the mean comparison. So I will let you know the step by step procedure, that how will you check the normality of your data. So this slide is very important for your consideration, because it will let you know the detail about the SPSS procedure for deciding the appropriate test based on normality. So how we will check the normality of the data? For checking the normality of data, first you need to go to Analyze button in SPSS. Then you select non-parametric test from there. Then you select Legacy dialog box. Then you select one sample KS. I am repeating again that when you go to the SPSS after loading your dataset, first you select the Analyze button, then you select the non-parametric test option, then you select the Legacy dialog box, then you select one sample KS. Then you will put your sample data to the test variable list and press OK. If your asymptotic significance value, that is a concept which is equal to p value, so when your asymptotic sig value, that is two tail, is greater than 0.05, the data is normal. So when we analyze using the SPSS, we will see this value. If this value is greater than 0.05, we will say that our data is normal. And what we will conclude for the test, we will apply the parametric test, that is one sample t test, for basically single group analysis. And if asymptotic sig value two tail is less than 0.05, we can consider the data is not normal. In that
Kindly
case, we
sir,
will
kindly
apply
again repeat
non-parametric
the
test,
name.
that is Wilcoxon sign test. So I think this procedure is clear to you. We will use this procedure with our data, but let me exemplify the whole procedure. This is example one. I have shared with you the data for the example one, but let me elaborate what is basically the example one and how we will analyze it using this technique. A manufacturer of high performance automobiles produces disc brakes, the disc brakes which is used in cars or automobiles, that must measure 322 millimeters in diameter. Quality control manager randomly select 128 discs and measures their diameters. So what is required here? Determine whether or not the mean diameter of the brakes in sample significantly different from 322 millimeter. Actually, we are considering the single group analysis, single group mean analysis. So we need to compare the estimated mean of the whole group with some standard. So the standard here is 322 millimeter in diameter. That is the standard value. So we need to compare this standard value with the estimated mean of the whole group. So what we will do, we will load our data set into SPSS, and we need to test the following hypothesis. The null hypothesis is there is no significant difference between the average diameter of the sample breaks and average diameter of standard breaks. And there is significant difference between the average diameter of sample breaks and average diameter of standard breaks. If our null hypothesis is rejected, then we will conclude our alternative hypothesis. In technical term, we may develop the hypothesis like this, that like mu is equal to mu 322, where the first mu without any value is basically the mean of our sample data, while the mu with 322 is the mean of our standard data or population data. So we will analyze this hypothesis. So let me show you the SPSS procedure. Like I have already told you, at first we will check the normality of data. Then we will decide whether our data is normal or not. Then we will execute the mean comparison based on that test. So what we will do, this is basically the SPSS procedure. You will go to the analyze menu, then you will select the non-parametric test, then you will choose legacy dialog box, and then you will choose one sample KS. After this, what will you do? Just a minute. After this, you will do that the variable available here, you will put that variable into test variable list, and you will click OK. When you click OK, you go to the next screen that will show you the output of your data. So yes, this is the output of your data. In this output file, you need to see the asymptotic sig2 value. If this value is greater than 0.05, we can conclude that our data is normal. And if this value is less than 0.05, we may conclude that data is not normal. If our data is normal, we may conclude that we need to use the parametric test, which is one sample t-test. And if our data is not normal, we may conclude that we need to test the mean comparison using non-parametric testing procedure, which is Wilcoxon one sample test. So if we need to check what is the interpretation of this, interpretation of normality test, since the level of significance, which is asymptotic sig2 value, is 0.200, which is greater than 0.05, therefore the normality assumption is fulfilled. That is the interpretation. And what we decide, as the data is normal, therefore one sample t-test will be used for testing the hypothesis. One sample t-test. Now, what is one sample t-test? The one sample t-test is used to determine if the mean of a single sample is significantly different from the known or hypothesized population mean. If you see in the example, there was a value 322 millimeter as a diameter. That was a hypothesized population mean or known hypothesized population mean. So in case of a single group or single sample, we need to compare the actual mean of that group with some hypothesized mean. So we need to analyze it using t-test if the data is normal. What are the assumptions? The assumptions are that data are continuous. It means that we need to analyze the t-test using the continuous data. It may be interval level, it may be ratio level data, or it may be scale data in SPSS. The second assumption is the data are approximately normally distributed. It means your data should be normal. we can apply the t-test only if our data is normal. The third assumption is the sample is random. It means the data from the sample is collected on random basis or on simple random basis. The fourth one is the distribution of such data is symmetrical or bell shaped. I have told you some shapes in my yesterday training sessions, and I have told you that when we need to check the distribution of our data, we may have either the skewed distribution or symmetrical distribution. If there is a skewed distribution, it may be right skewed or left skewed. When there is a bell shaped distribution, it is symmetric. So that shape is considered as a normal data. So what we will do, SPSS procedure for t-testing. First, I would like to let you know how we will analyze the data using SPSS. Sir, can you share the data set on WhatsApp too? Because I can download it from the Zone app. Okay, let me open the WhatsApp directly here. I will share the data set with all of you people in the WhatsApp group also. So don't worry, don't worry. I will share over here, and let's rememorize our steps, which I have mentioned over here as a procedure for testing the normality of data. Because in applying the steps using SPSS, first of all, we need to check the normality of data. Then we can decide on the basis of normality which test we can apply, and then we need to compare the mean based on that test that we have selected in second step. So let me check. Yes. All right. I will share the data set over here. Just a minute. Yes, these are two data sets. You need to extract the first one right now. That is data is normal. So we will analyze both data. I am also sharing it in the mail group, which is, yes, quantitative primary data. All right. It is being shown to you. You can download it and you can extract it. So I will let you show how this procedure applies using SPSS. I am just opening my SPSS and I will let you know how we can deal with first example. Our first example is this. That is referred with example one dataset. So when you open your SPSS file, kindly upload example one dataset into this file. Kindly open up your SPSS software and upload your example one dataset. I hope everyone is doing. It is taking some time, but you don't need to worry about it. This is a very interesting session, and you will learn a lot from this session. So you need not to worry about anything. Just wait and watch. And if the times ended, you should join from the same link that I have shared for today's session. Join from the same link if the time ended. So don't worry. We at least practice first example, and I will give you a drill for the second example. Then we will have some break for 10 or 15 minutes. So first you need to upload that data. You need to go to the file menu, go to the data. uh, I have the file for third day, measured ones. Data is normal. Example one data set, I am referring to this. uh, when you are uploading directly, you need to check, because this file is in XLS. Select XLS, or if it is in CSV, select the CSV. Yes, it is in CSV file. So you need to change the type of the file from here first, and then select this and open up. It will take generating preview data from C. Yes. Next. Next. It is saying that the file does not support with fixed Unicodes. Okay. What we can do here, we can directly copy and paste from that file. Just go to that file. If it doesn't work, just open it and just copy and paste your data simply. So this is basically the data. Just copy from here. These are 120 and 8 observation, 128 or 29. You just need to put here your data and paste here. You need to adjust your variable name. For example, it is basically the data of diameters. All right. And you need to set its name numeric. It is basically numeric data. Just select OK. It will become numeric. And you need to change the Meyer as a scale. All right. Now the procedure. What procedure I have told you before. Go to analyze non-parametric legacy dialog box and one sample KS. So you need to adopt these steps. Go to analyze non-parametrics legacy dialog box, one sample KS. And you need to put your variable into this and click OK. You will see the output like this, and you need to see the asymptotic sig2 value, which is greater than 0.05. It means your data is normal and you need to apply uh, one sample t-test. That is the first step that we have done. So after starting